I wanted to make this video for fun. What would I do with $1 million? I'll explain it in two ways. One, if I had $1 million, let's just say if I was able to write a book, for example. Let's just say if I released a book and I gained $1 million from it. What would I do with that $1 million? I would instantly, I won't get into like the super in-depth details, like I'll explain in a second, is if I had $1 million, I would instantly split that $1 million in half. So now it leaves me with 500,000. I'd put 500,000 into a banking account, and I would just call it like the tax account or something. When I say I'm not going to explain in details, I mean like in depth like that. Like I'm not going to open up this account for this and do this and this. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. But anyhow, so what would I do with $1 million before taxes, assuming that I had to pay taxes on it? I would instantly put 50% away, which would be 500,000. That would leave me with $500,000 left, right? Which is play money, I would call it in a sense. I would give away my mom 6 figures, which would be 100,000. So she can do whatever she wants with it. She can pay off certain things and have a clean slate. Anyhow, leaves me with 400,000. $1 million sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. And this is just at the top of my head. None of this is scripted. I just thought this would be kind of like a fun video to make. Anyhow, so that leaves me with $400,000 left. I have a really big family. I have 6 tias. So I would give each of them probably 5,000, which isn't a lot. I know, bear with me for a second, which would be $30,000, right? Yeah, $30,000. And that leaves me now with 370,000. Because of me having attaining so much financial wealth, a lot of my disability benefits would get cut off. So for example, like my caregiving services. So now I'd have to put about 6 figures away. So now I can continue my caregiving services. So I can still get on my chair, right? To say the least. So that leaves me now with 270,000 roughly. I would put away about $120,000 away for caregiving purposes. Because again, there's can be certain things, unexpected things that can arise. So that would leave me now with 250,000, whereas 270. So that leaves me with $250,000 left. The other $250,000 left is I would instantly put probably, again, if I really did have the $1 million, I'd actually like articulate my thoughts on this. But this is just top of my head. I thought it would be an entertaining video and different. That leaves me with $250,000. I would probably put $150,000 investing, which would be go into businesses, certain businesses that I aspire. Investments such as like stocks and crypto and things like that. That way I know my future is 100% secured. I know that in like, I'm going to overestimate it, in like 6 months to a year, I know I will be able to have cash flow, which eventually in 10 years time, I will be able to probably 10x that $1 million, to say the least. And again, that's overestimating. So that leaves me now with, what did I say? It was 250. I said I would invest 150. That leaves me with about 6 figures left, which would be $100,000. The remaining $100,000 is, I'd probably, I don't know, I'd probably maybe take the family out and do something. I don't know. These past few years have been quite challenging, so I think it would be really good to have like a mental detox, you know, have some form of peace going on a vacation and things like that. I don't know, I'll just throw a random huge number out there, which would be like 50 grand. That leaves me with $50,000 left. The remaining 50, I would probably find a mentor who can help me turn some of my ideas into fruition. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, for example, if one of my kids are watching this, if I had $1 million, all I would give to my family is $30,000. Like, wow, like that's sad. That's crazy. In about 6 months to a year, I will be in a position 100% with all certainty. I'd be in a position where I would actually be able to give back so much more than that. Like, my ultimate goal is to retire. I won't mention names, but some people within my family so they can live much more comfortably. And I know it's very achievable. Anyhow, that's going too in depth and too in detailed. I would probably do something like that with $1 million. And again, I know it's not much. However, I'm gonna just say 12 months. Give me a year. You'll be taken care of. I'll be able to donate to certain charities that I believe in, which is like one of my favorites, QRSMA. One of my other favorites, Valley Children's Hospital. And that's what I'll probably do. And let's just say if it was clear taxes, I would do the exact same thing. However, I would just switch. Let's just say if the $1 million was cleared, I didn't have to owe any taxes on it. The taxes was paid. I would do the exact same thing. However, except doing the $500,000 going to taxes, I would do the $500,000 in investments in certain things certain investments that I believe in, and think will benefit me long term, short term, and long term. And I would then be able to, by me doing that, I would then be able to give back to my mom, my tias, my siblings, and my family the remaining $200,000. So remember how I said how I would give $30,000 to my tias, and then how I would give, how was it? It was $30,000 to my tias, and then I would invest $150,000 if I had to owe taxes. I would use that $180,000, and I would give it to my tias and my cousins and my siblings, so I know that they are taken care of. That's how I would kind of switch where the money's going to go and things like that. However, one of my big things would be investing though. I want to put myself ultimately in a position, hopefully, where if something were to happen with my disability where I wasn't able to no longer move my arms, I want to be able to know that I am taken care of. That I want to have the reassurance that I'm okay with whatever happens. You know what I mean? That's why I would invest. I like the thought and the idea of cash flow. For me, it just brings me like a sense of peace. Anyhow, that's what I'm working towards. Personal brand, and other things that I haven't quite made public yet. Anyhow, I thought this video is like much more personal. However, I don't want to leave you guys with no form of value. Again, this is just much more personal. I thought it would be a fun, entertaining video. If you're going to remember anything from this video, I want you to leave with some form of value. It would be this. The best piece of advice I have ever given, I'll give you two of them, which involves around finances. Advice number one would be, never spend tomorrow's money. And advice number two would be, downgrade your lifestyle so you can invest into your future. So when you invest into your future, you don't have to no longer downgrade your lifestyle. I hope that ending was able to bring some form of value to you. And yeah, I'm ending it here. I love you. I appreciate you. Again, I thought this video would be fun, somewhat more. It's more personal and entertaining in a sense. And yeah, remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.